Hi everyone, so I want to show you how I made this gift box. Now I'm going to call it a tuck fold gift box because the lid kind of tucks into the ribbon. Now this was made up again of a couple of different ideas that I've seen online. The main idea came from Jo Blackman. She had I'm not sure what she called it, but she had a gift box, and basically the lid does that. It slots into the ribbon, and then obviously because of the weight of the box it pulls on the ribbon because the ribbon's actually threads through inside, so it comes through that hole, comes out that hole, and then goes over, and then the same on this side, so actually it holds it shut. And I really liked it, but I really wanted to make one that would hold Cadbury chocolate bars, because I have many people who like chocolate, and I thought it'd be a great thing to do. So I've made this box. So this size box will fit 5 of these. Now I've only got 4 in here at the moment, but there is space on the top there to put another one on. So you can fit 5 of these, and these are 110 grams, these bars. These are the 110 gram ones. Got a Cadbury in here. That's 120 gram, that one. And actually that one's a bit thicker than this. So actually you could probably fit a few more. You could definitely fit 5 dairy milks, but I've got 2 dairy milks and 2 caramels, and as you can see there's my ribbon inside. So so that's what I've done for that. Now what I did differently with hers, I've basically taken the same idea with the lid and the way it fastens from Jo Blackman, because I just loved it. I thought it was really, really good. And then I've also just used a reinforced gift box for the base. Because I knew I was going to be using Cadbury chocolate bars, I knew they were going to be very heavy, and this is very heavy. So I wanted something that was really, really, really sturdy. And also I wanted to change the size, and also because I just like reinforced gift boxes, as you've probably gathered by now. So yeah, so that's what I've done. The papers I used were Trim Crafts first edition gilded wintered papers, and I love these. These were from last year. Yeah, I think they were from. Oh, they're from this. I think they were from last year. These were, but yes. Oh my goodness me! Wowzers! So nice. Love these papers. So yeah. So I've used these, and I've just used chocolate card. Mocha brown, and this card is actually Paper Mill Direct, and it's their mocha brown card, and I believe it is the 240 GSM from Paper Mill Direct. So I've used that beautiful, really nice brown colour that is, and perfect because it's chocolate coloured and it's holding chocolate. So what more can you need? And then just use some gold mirror card as well, and then this ribbon was some I had in my stash. So yeah, so let's get along and have a go. So you will need for this card 2 base pieces, and the base pieces are 8 1/4 inches by 11 3/4 inches. Now I've used this wood card, and this is a Kanban card. I'm not sure of the weight, but it is quite a thick card. But because you're making a reinforced box, you don't need to go too heavy. I would probably I would say this is probably about maybe a 300 GSM. It feels quite weighty anyway. It's quite a decent decent card. So you need 2 of those. Both pieces you're going to score at 7 inches. Bear with me. Let me just get my notes. You're going to score it at 7 inches and at 9 1/2 inches. Okay. Then you're going to turn it clockwise 1 turn. Okay, so this way around. And then you're going to score it at 1/2 inch, at 3 1/2 inches, and at 6 inches. And so you're going to repeat that on your other piece as well, and make sure you do it exactly the same, so that then, if I turn this over, hopefully you can see my score marks, my score lines. But so basically they literally look the same. You want to have that big long bit here, you know, on one side. You don't want on the other piece for the long bit to be on this side. Okay, so you need to make sure you score them exactly the same. Okay, so that's those scored. So let's just put that to one side, and we'll cut out bits in a minute. Then for your lid piece needs to be 7 1/2 inches by 7 inches. And what you're going to do is you're going to put it onto the 7.5 inch side, and you're going to score it at 2 inches and at 5 inches. Okay, and that is pretty much that one done. So we can put the scoreboard away now. Now with the lid, I'm going to stay with the lid for a second because it's really super easy to do, and then we'll move on to the actual box. So this, you just want to fold and burnish both of your score lines. And then this short piece, which is the bit that measures 2 inches, on the underside, just find the halfway line, which is at 3.5 inches, and you're going to cut it from that line to the corner and from that line to the corner, because that is going to make this piece here at the front. Okay, so I'm going to do that. So once you've cut it, you'll end up with this pointy bit, and that's going to be the front flap on your box, like I've done here. Now, as you can see on mine, because this is single-sided card, I'm going to have all this white on the inside, and I don't really want lots of white on the inside. If you use coloured card like I have here, you don't have to worry about it. Obviously, if you wanted to, you could put something on the inside, and I have actually got a piece of matte and layer that I might well stick on the inside of there. But you know, you don't have to. You can leave it blank if you want to. But with the white, I just think it's a bit plain. So I have cut out 2 pieces that are going to be the right size. So that is basically exactly that size. So it's 7 by 3. I've made it slightly, yeah, I've trimmed it just slightly, just so it will fit. In fact, I need to take a slither off that. So I'm going to take a slither off that, because you want to make it literally just a tiny bit shorter, a bit smaller, just so it will fit in between those crease lines. And then this as well, again, I've made it so that it will fit on there. I probably will end up again trimming it slightly, because I feel like that's going to be too small, too big rather. So I'm just going to now go and trim them down so they all fit, and then we're going to stick them on. Right, so I've gone ahead and cut them down, so now they fit, and now we're just going to stick them into place. Right, so there we go, we've stuck those down. Now this is bare, but that's going to be stuck on the back of the box. You don't have to worry about that, you won't see it. So we're going to put this to one side for now, and we're going to concentrate on the actual box itself. So with the box itself, I'm going to turn this over so you can actually see my lines, hopefully. So on each one, you are going to cut it out in a similar way to how we did the reinforced shaker box. If you haven't done that one, have a look back. I did it a few weeks ago. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to cut this bit here. You're just going to make this bit here is going to be a tab. You're going to cut all of this bit out, and you're going to cut all of this bit out. This panel here, you just want to shave a tiny kind of wedge off it, and the same here, tiny wedge off it there. Okay, I'm not drawing it in properly, I'm just sort of showing you with my pencil. And then this section here, again, you want to go about 1/2 inch up, cut across here, and that's going to be your tab. Then all of these 4 squares get cut out, and you shave this bit off here, and you shave that bit off there. So I'm going to go ahead and do it, because it's easy if you actually see me do it. So I'm going to use my trimmer as well for this, because I do find that's easier as well. Right, so this is what your piece should look like when you finish cutting it out. Right, so you should end up with 2 pieces that look exactly the same, and they're the same way around. So you're now going to go through and fold and burnish all your score lines. So you should end up with two pieces that look like that. So now what you're going to do is you're going to turn it over, and on these two little tabs you're going to put red tape. So once you've done that, you're then going to turn it back over and you're going to put tape on this section here, or glue, and again on this bottom section here. Right, so once you've done that, what you want to do is either take more red tape, or I'm going to use Yoo-hoo for mine. You're going to take your two pieces are like that. Take one piece and turn it 180 degrees the other way. I think it's 180 degrees. Basically, from there, one turn, two turns, okay? Because this is then going to stick onto there, just like we did with the reinforced shaker box. So I'm going to go ahead and stick that down. So when you've stuck it down, you should end up with this rather large shape. And so now what you're going to do is put your tabs in. Now one thing I will just point out quickly, if you're using coloured card like I did for this one, then this next step is not going to matter. If you're using single-sided pattern card, then you'll have the same problem that I've just realised I've got. So where I've stuck these two together, let me turn this over, I've got this cut edge here, and if you put it up like that, you can actually see the white edge of the card. I mean, it's a small thing, but I don't particularly like it. So I'm going to make sure that's at the back, and this is going to be the front, because I have a nice folded edge. So that's going to be the front of my card, and that's going to be the back. Just a little incidental note. So now what you want to do is take off the red tape from your tabs and bring the sides up and stick them together to form your box corners. Right, I'm just going to stop there because I've just realised that if, like me, you're going to end up with a white base, now is the time to stick that in before you start sticking your tabs together. So I'm just going to get my, I've got, which one have I got? This one, I think. Yeah, so I've got this base here. I was toying with having the holly in there. I think I will go with the holly actually. So I'm going to stick that in now, and then I'm going to continue on with sticking these two tabs down. Right, so you end up with this. I'll put my base in and all these flaps. So what we're going to do now is fold them all in and stick them all down. I'm just going to pull them out quickly so we can see what we're doing. And I'm going to use a bit of glue on there and some red tape, because then I know the red tape will definitely stick it down, but the glue is just going to make sure the whole thing is stuck down. So I'm going to use a bit of a mix of both. Okay, so then you end up with this. Now I've got some little white, you can see the white there of the card. You could just go and put some panels inside to line it if you want to, and maybe use the same thing you've used for the base. But anyway, and we're going to carry on anyway. So then what you want to do is bring your lid in. Now your lid, you're going to put glue on the back of that, and that's going to stick at the back there, so that this flaps down and over the top like that. Now hopefully, if like me, you've almost married your patterns up, then you'll see that on the front. So before we do that though, let's just think about this. Before we do that, we need to punch our holes in the sides, and then we'll punch the holes in the front after we've put the lid on. Right, so we're going to go ahead and punch our holes then. So on the sides, I've come down an inch and then halfway across, and we're going to punch a hole in there. Like that. And then on the front, if you just lay your lid on for now. Just lay it on like that. Turn it over, and then you can see where it's going to lay. And what you want to do is make sure you come down an inch, and then I've come in about 1.5 inches, and I'm going to put my 2 holes just there, 1.5 inches in and down 1 inch. So I'm going to punch those holes now. So you end up with that. Now you could just leave it like that if you wanted to, but I'm going to put some eyelets in because I was given quite a lot of these, and I thought, you know what, hey, let's use them. So we're going to put those in like that, and it also strengthens your hole so your ribbon doesn't pull. And then we're going to use the big bite, which I don't use very often, and we're going to put that in. And I've made sure that I haven't gone down further than the big bite can handle. So there's one, and then we're going to do the rest of them. Okay, so there's all your holes done. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to put the lid on first, and then we're going to thread the ribbon through. All stuck down, you just take your ribbon, obviously decide what colour and what colour and what size what width you want. I've gone for this burgundy ribbon because I really quite liked the gold edge on it. It doesn't quite match the red, but it's close enough. And I think I used about 28 inches. So I'm going to measure out 28 inches now, and then we can see, I'm pretty sure that's going to work. 12, 24. Just going to go slightly over just to make sure. And then we're going to thread it. I'm going to start from the sides. We're going to thread it from the side through that hole, and then we're going to thread it out the front. Then it's going to go across the front of your box. If you've got a right side and a wrong side of your ribbon, I haven't, just make sure that your right side's showing. I'm going to go back in there, and then this piece is going to come across the top. Don't worry that it's quite tight for the moment because we're going to even it all out in a minute. That's going to go back in there like that. Like that, and then these two ends you're going to just tie a knot, put them together and just tie a knot. There we go, and then you just need to pull this until that knot hits the edge, and pull that side, and then put your lid down, and then just tighten it, pull it, and it will, when you've got something in it, and at the moment it's an empty box so it doesn't really fasten very well, but when you've got something in it that's heavy, the weight of it will hold that lid shut like that. Okay, and so there's your box. Mine's not behaving at the moment, but it will do. I just need to talk to it and make sure it knows who's boss. Give that a bit of a fold there, and obviously then just decorate it however you want to decorate it. Yeah, so that's that box. It's a lovely box. As I said, this one has got such a weight in it that it easily holds, you know, the lid stays shut nicely. So yeah, so hopefully you have a go. Please like and subscribe. and we'll see you next time.